Hey everybody, it's Eric from EPautos.com, your libertarian car guy, and as you may be able to see from my wobbly and not so great quality camera, this week's test vehicle is the Range Rover Sport, which is basically a Range Rover just about 3 inches shorter, and that is not available with a third row seat, which you can get in the Range Rover proper, but otherwise they're very similar except as regards the price. They're both not inexpensive vehicles, but the Sport is a lot less expensive. I mean, to the tune of $24,000 less to start. And that's quite a savings if you don't need those extra 3 inches and you don't need that third row. Both vehicles are available with a multitude of engines, including a V8 engine, which is quite remarkable these days, even among high-end vehicles. The V12 engine having become kind of like the V12 engine once was, i.e. exotic. It's still expensive, but the point is you can still get it. And another thing, too, that I like about the Range Rovers, plural, the Sport and the regular model, is that they both come standard with 3-liter 6-cylinder engines, not with a 2-liter 4-cylinder, for crying out loud. You know, you feel like you should get something for your money, or at least this kind of money, and here you do. Now, one thing that's a little bit odd, or at least revelatory, is the fact that both the standard 6-cylinder engine and the available V8 engine are paired up with hybrid systems. They're either the so-called mild hybrid system, which basically just tries to shut the engine off as often as possible and doesn't actually propel the car per se, and then the more elaborate iteration of that, which is the plug-in hybrid version. And, you know, I ask myself, well, why? You know, obviously it's not about saving money on gas, because if you can buy a vehicle like this, you really care about what gas costs. Of course, it has everything to do with compliance. You know, the mild hybrid system shuts the gas engine off fairly often when you're not moving or when you're decelerating and coasting, and that helps Land Rover comply with various federal mandates, those having to do with gas mileage, those having to do with the emissions of gas, and the same with the V8. And you know, it's annoying to me to think that a company has to cater to the demands of government to that extent. Again, I have nothing against hybrid tech at all. I think in its proper context, it is a good thing. You know, if you really care about high gas mileage, put it in a vehicle like a Prius, make it light, and you know, you can get 55, 60 miles per gallon out of the thing for not that much money to, you know, to build the vehicle and to sell it. But when you're talking about high-end vehicles like this that are about status and performance, it just strikes me as silly, frankly, to have to put that in there. You know, it's kind of like a person who has a really fine meal, big ribeye steak, heaping mashed potatoes, but then says, I'll have a Diet Coke. Actually, he doesn't say, I'll have one. The maitre d' gives him a Diet Coke. Anyway, more over at EPautos.com, the web's best libertarian gearhead site. I hope you'll swing by and take a look, and we will have more for you again soon.
I didn't understand that.